101.5 FM, also live on Ultimate FM in Kumasi, live on Empire FM in Sekanita Krade, and also live on Zeps FM in Zebule, around the world live at starfm.com.gh. This morning we have quite a lot to go through for you for our discussions. We'll first check out what's happening in the court. Our man is already in the house, Murtala, Inusah. We will get to that in a minute. Also, we're learning that the tanker drivers have also gone on a strike. It has implications for provision and access to fuel across the country. We will engage on that. The Vice President's launch of the KAI initiative for the 5,000 headquarters will also interrogate and get some details for you. And then today being a Wednesday, we'll bring you our science, tech, engineering, and mathematics segment we call the Horizon. This morning, our attention is centered on manufacturing vaccines in Ghana. Dr. Peter Kujokwashi and Jasper Sabla will join us for that important conversation on the Horizon. In the meantime, Murtala, Inusah, good morning to you.
Good morning, Francis.
I trust you're well, sir.
It's great. I'm fine. How about you?
I am also doing
great.
Well, Murtala. Thanks for asking.
You're showing on the fire this morning. I mean a lot of fire.
Okay. Let's first talk about what happened yesterday with the cases that came through. For the former second ladies robbery case, what became of it?
Can I say something to IB before I continue?
Sure.
Yeah, IB. So yesterday, I was just reading, and BBC broke the news that Pochettino has left the club on.
I've said that Lai Kinson should replace him. So.
Lai Kinson, he's even too much for Chelsea.
Okay.
Yeah, Lai Kinson is too much for Chelsea because if you are looking at,
but you need club, too much to be able to provide something. Yeah.
A club that has got more ex-coaches than ex-footballers, then you'll be wondering what is happening.
Okay.
The last few games, Chelsea, at the end of you just need to give the man a chance to be able to build what you want to build. Now you're going to start all over again.
Yeah.
When?
Because they want to. Is it your club?
They
can decide.
Sacking coaches. So from 2000 till now.
Yeah, they always do sacking. And it has worked for them. They've got how many Champions Leagues?
And
2 or 3
work at
now?
the point, but
I think 2. Yeah,
2. They
won about 3 or 4.
That is
4
the
league titles too.
Against us.
Yes.
That they have 2 Champions.
That's true.
Okay.
What's the intent of the project? Trophies.
We are taking note of what they are doing.
No problem. Maybe you should also try to do same. Yeah.
We won't do
it has won them trophies. What has it won you? What has your project won you in the last 20 years?
Oh, our project has just started in 2019. 2019.
Let's move to court. Why? Let's move to court. Now, because we'll go on with this matter. Let's go. So the former second ladies robbery case, what's become of it?
So yesterday, before Justice Lydia Osemafo, that case came up, and prosecution filed second batch of their disclosure and processes. Disclosure document, which includes some witness statements. Some of the witnesses that they intend to call to come and testify. They put their witness statement there, and in fact, they have also told the court that they will need more time to be able to file some more processes. So Justice Lydia Osema for yesterday looked at the situation as, okay, this case be adjourned to June 6th. So June 6th, we expect the prosecution to be able to file the remaining document that they say they have, and then the court would, as it were, look at it and then conduct what we call case management conference, where the court will find out whether the processes as filed has been served on the accused and his lawyers, and whether all of them, what other document would they need, and then the mode of testimony of all the witnesses that the prosecution intend to call. Then after, the case management completion plan will follow. Then a trial date is fixed for the trial to commence. So yesterday, the case came on. Yahuza Osman was present, but what happened was that prosecution has filed fresh documents, but they want to file more, and the case has been adjourned.
Okay, all right. Secondly, housing case, what's become of it?
Yeah, so second prosecution witness expected yesterday. There were a few things that happened, and so with respect to the witness statement of the prosecution second witness, so Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapa has adjourned the case next Tuesday, May 28th, for prosecution to put their house in order for them to come for the trial to proceed. I must say that all the accused persons, including Alhaji Collins Dauda, Kwaku Ajiman Mensah, were all present in court yesterday.
I see. For the ambulance case?
Yes. Mr. Richie Jakpa, yesterday, he was able to conclude his evidence in chief by way of reading his witness statement, 134 paragraph witness statement. She used 3 different sittings to complete that, and after the conclusion is that no financial loss has been occasioned or has been caused the Republic of Ghana or government, because the ambulances in question, which for which reason they have been charged, are with government. All the defects that they have asked to put in place to rectify all this now with government. So on what account are you saying that he has caused financial loss to this thing? And he said the charge against him is improper. As we speak, he's facing cross-examination from lawyers of Dr. Kasila Tuforsin, led by Dr. Abdul Basit Bamba. In fact, before the cross-examination, lawyers of Dr. Forsin want the prosecution to start their cross-examination first. And in fact, that particular request was objected to, and it was a fierce encounter between the lawyers of Dr. Kasila Tuforsin and Dr. Aziz Bamba. And at the point in time, Justice Efiasewa Sariboche will have to call them in chambers to have some discussion with them before they have to come up in court for the cross-examination to continue. What Dr. Aziz Bamba has also indicated is that he will need 6 hours to be able to conduct his cross-examination. So yesterday, he was given 2 hours to do that. So the remaining 4 hours will be spread across tomorrow and the next court sitting. So that case came up, and Richard Japa is under scrutiny as we speak.
I see. For the issue related to Yao Bonabwodi,
yes,
the constituency chair quadruple for the MPP,
yes,
what's become of this
so
matter?
Yesterday I was telling you about the Chinese, the other Chinese accused person, the one you mean, yes. Yesterday he was present in court together with Chairman Buna. And then, in fact, there was a Chinese interpreter also in court because he will speak, Xi Yuming will speak Chinese. But interestingly, from
is that person Ghanaian or Chinese? The interpreter?
No, he's a Ghanaian.
He's a Ghanaian.
Speaks
Chinese.
Yes,
Oh, nice.
a Ghanaian who can speak Chinese and all that. In fact, if you remember the Ashaman trial and all that, all the interpreters who come are Ghanaians who, one way or the other, have trained in the Chinese language.
Nice.
So
Okay.
we have some people in the country. So all that the court will have to do is to write to the Ghana Institute of Linguistics for a Chinese
Languages.
Also, for Chinese interpreter, and that has been done. Yesterday he was present. But prosecution informed the court presided over by Justice Lydia Osemafu that the second accused, President Chairman Bona, has submitted proposal for plea bargaining. And a plea bargaining, you want to admit the offense and for a lesser punishment. That's what basically happened.
Okay.
But it has to be subject to the approval, the acceptance of the Attorney General based on the terms. And whatever terms have agreed, the court will also have to accept the proposal.
Which means he's accepting complicity in this matter.
From on the face of it, once you tender or submit proposal for plea bargaining, it means that there's something that you want to admit. Of course, I want to do A, B, C, D, and then the state will allow me for much more lesser punishment. So
I see.
the prosecution led by Watson Adam, my state attorney, indicated that that particular proposal is under consideration. So the case has been adjourned to June 6th for an update on what has happened in relation to the plea bargaining. But the Chinese hasn't sent any proposal, so he will be dealt with according to the processes of
And what's been his plea?
He pleaded not guilty.
Okay.
All of them, both of them have pleaded not guilty to the charges that have been leveled against them.
All right. So, we're told of Agbugba caregiver case. First of all, what's that case, and what's the decision of the court?
So, for those who remember, I'm taking you back to 2021, May 18. There was a news that broke that a caregiver at Happy Home, rumor, at Agbugba.
I remember the video.
Absolutely. And later on, we saw the CCTV footage giving us account of how the 11-month-old baby was actually choked with food by the said caregiver. So the case had been traveling up in the Adenta District Courts. Then committals were done.
I remember the child died.
It died, yes. Committals were done, and then the case was transferred to the High Court. So it's been up and down. She pleaded not guilty. A jury panel was, as it were, selected or empaneled. Jury was empaneled, and then the case has been up and down. But at the point in time, the accused person, at the time the incident happened, was 56 years, and will be dealt with according to the age at the time. So 3 years on, she'll be 59. But as at the time the incident happened, she was 56. So The lawyer submitted a proposal to the Office of the Attorney General that yes, will accept the offense of manslaughter for a lesser punishment. And Attorney General has looked at it. They look at the fact that she has shown remorse. She's a first-time offender, and the fact that all that has happened, she doesn't want to waste the time of the court, and then the prosecution also expending a lot of money to have this trial go on. So they have agreed. They brought a proposal that yes, she's accepted to change her plea from not guilty to guilty, and for the court to, as it were, give her a lesser punishment. And they have agreed. The parties have agreed that she should be served, or she should be sentenced to 5 years in prison, hard labor, which she herself had agreed to that. So they put that proposal before Justice Marie Louise Simon yesterday. The court looked at the situation, clarified from the accused person, now convict, and she's satisfied with the agreement that she has, her lawyers have signed with the Attorney General by way of the plea negotiations that they have had. And so consequently, she was convicted and sentenced to 5 years in prison. So that incident, which led to the death of the 11-year-old baby, has come to a close. The caregiver, Clara Yanyi Ampa, has been sentenced to 5 years in prisons in hard labor.
5 years?
Yeah, 5
so
years.
where is she going to serve it?
Of course, in Ghana here, one thing is always in the mind of people. There are a lot of prisons across the country, but so once you are sentenced, we will know that you are going to Inusah. When you go there, you'll be deployed at where you should serve your custodial sentence. But what is clear now is that it is in someone that I do know that she will be taken to.
Yes. Okay. Does she have a family of her own? Husband, children?
It wasn't clear in the course of the trial whether she has children and all that. Okay. Absolutely.
Okay. So, the last one to have a review on before we look to what's coming is the Kokobot case. What became of it yesterday? Yeah,
so the fourth defense witness for Seidu Agongo, Reverend Canon Emmanuel Boti Odoye, is still in the witness box giving evidence in chief. So evidence in chief is like me coming here to tell you what has happened in courts. That is my evidence in chief. And you asking me questions based on what I have said is a cross-examination. So now he's detailing what he knows about the case to the court presided over by Justice Abuaji Tando. And after, because it came on yesterday, it will continue today also at the court. So that's what we expect to happen. After his evidence in chief, lawyers of Stephen Kobno Puni, led by Samuel Kujo, will take him on. Then prosecution will also have the opportunity to subject him to cross-examination. Then we'll move on to the next witness.
All right. That's for us to come for today. Absolutely. As well. All right. Now, the Beige Bank case, that's the tallest of our 61 witnesses. Where are we? What number are we on now?
So, number 6 is expected today.
Out of 61?
Out of 61, yes. So, excuse me. What number 5 said was that, if you look at the count, 43 of them, there were some of them which relate to some 2 separate funds, 332,000 Ghana cedis and 62,000 Ghana cedis, which they were allegedly said to have been stolen by Mr. Nyineku. But the fifth witness who came to court said no, that money was transferred from First Atlantic Savings and Loan to the Bench Care Group, a subsidiary under the Bench Group, and that particular money was not paid to Michael Nyineku, so you cannot accuse him of stealing that money. That money was given to that unit to us for internal operation, and he has provided some justification to show that why Michael Nyineku cannot be held responsible for that particular money. Prosecution they've suggested him cross-examination, which is done. So today we expect a 6th witness. But the 61 witnesses that he intends to call, something came up. The court is saying that, look, the accused person, the way and manner he's filing his witness statement, the court is unhappy. Because it says now the court cannot control proceedings. So as on record, out of the 61, he has filed 7 witness statements. So today, if the court is able to conduct proceedings and they are done with the 6th, it means the next sitting will be for 7. What happened to the others? So the court is ordering them to make sure that by the close of this month, 31st of May, the remaining 54 witness statements are filed. The court is saying if by that time they did not file, the court will assume that they don't have any more witnesses to call.
Wow.
So if by the close of 31st, they are able to file 5, 6, 7 in addition, the court would deem that is the number they want to call. But Mr. Tadesori was clear and said that it is not possible for the accused or for his team to be able to file that particular witness statement over 50, let's say over 50 of them, 54 specifically, before or on or before 31st. And that one is clear. But the court is saying that I have given you enough time as far as last year to be able to file your witness statement, but you haven't done so. The court has to control the court, or the judge will have to control proceedings. And one of the ways of doing that is to ensure that the accused person is asked to file the remaining 54 witness statement by the close of this month.
What's this attempted murder case that we are looking at today?
So this young man is a security man who was working with his boss at Spintex. At the point in time, the boss was unhappy with the situation because it looked like he's been allegedly stealing from the home. So they decided to make a report back to his company, mother company, and then from the owner, as it were, requested for a different security man at post, which was done for him. But at a point in time, he felt offended, and so went back, mobilized, and then came back. And this time he came back prepared. He came back prepared, robbed his former boss, and even at the point when the former boss came home to us, it were meet him in the house. He chased him out with a gun, fired, and he was so lucky that the gunshot didn't touch him. So upon arrest, he was charged with attempted murder. He has come to court, and then he is, as it were, facing a jury trial, how he went to his former boss's home and then, as it were, robbed him and then attempted to murder him as well. So that case is coming up before Justice Lydia Osemafo, and Sefako Bache is the principal state attorney who is handling this very case.
And that's different from the Asalabuche murder case?
Absolutely different from the Asalabuche murder case, having to be a level 100 student who is alleged to have killed her boyfriend, a Canadian-based Ghanaian, came home for holidays and went and spent the night with her, and before we realized the gentleman was dead. Lawyers have made a prosecution is doing that, finding that he was able to lure the gentleman into kinky sex and use your
kinky.
Yes.
Not kinky.
No,
kinky.
kinky sex.
Okay.
Yes, and then managed to explore the weaknesses of the gentleman and had him killed. So that case, she has pleaded not guilty, but unfortunately, the trial was expected to commence this legal year, by the beginning of the month. But due to issues with, the jurors are still on strike,
Yes.
and so it's difficult to have them. But the CJ has also issued a directive to all the courts in relation to the jury cases, that the cases that haven't started yet, hold on to the
Haven't started a new legal year.
So today, the court will sit and take dates in the new legal year for
those
this
matters.
very case. Yeah.
Thank you, Murtala, for that update this morning for what's happening in the courts. Have a good one, brother.
Same